Oopsies. I have no idea what this thumbnail looks like, but I know it's probably ridiculous, I'm sorry. The album, The Simpsons Sing the Blues, came out on December 4th, 1990, right in the middle of the show's second season. Around that time, the most popular character was Rat Boy.
Rat Boy, I resent that.
Right at the center of what they were deadass calling Bart Mania, Bart got 2 singles that came out with the album that also have music videos. And those are what we're gonna be talking about today. Get ready to play that damn saxophone. This is Bart Simpson's brief rap career. Bart Hollow, Be Easy. I'm gonna stop there. I don't wanna get too mean. It's actually because I couldn't think of a third one. I don't know why I lied to you just then. The 2 songs that we're going to be talking about are Do the Bartman and Deep Deep Trouble, both performed by Bart's voice actress Nancy Cartwright after the first season finished airing in 1990. Growing up as a kid who loved both animation and hip-hop, discovering these music videos on the season 2 DVD rewired my brain in ways that I was significantly too young to understand. According to Simpsons series creator Matt Groening, Do the Bartman was actually written by the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson. I know, I couldn't believe it either. Deep Deep Trouble was only written by a bunch of writers. That's nowhere near as cool. Hey, editor's note, fuck what I'm talking about, because the song was actually co-written by DJ Jazzy Jeff, so that is very interesting, actually.
Michael Jackson was a big Bart Simpson fan, and he called me late at my office late one night, and he's got that very distinctive voice, and I didn't believe it was him. I thought it was somebody pulling a prank on me. We went and visited him in the studio, and we were already working on some other Simpsons stuff for the Simpsons album, and showed him the lyrics that we're working on. So some of the lyrics of this song were taken from a rap song that I wrote for Bart for something else, and then a few things we didn't come up with. But it was Michael Jackson, so we said, okay.
Over the years, it's kind of been made clear that this is much more of a Michael Jackson did music for Sonic thing, where it's a bit more complicated. To my understanding, a bulk of the song was written and produced by a guy named Brian Lauren, who worked with Mike a lot, even doing the drums and percussion on the Dangerous album the following year, and on the History album 4 years after that. Brian unfortunately passed at the top of this year, otherwise I would have got him on the phone and turned this into an insufferable 2-hour retrospective. Mike went uncredited, much like his season 3 appearance, since he was under contract at Epic Records, and the album that this came out on was from a competing label, but most notably, that's definitely Mike doing the backing vocal. Man, this really makes me want to jump on Disney Plus and run back his episode. That thing is a classic. Shit, right? I ain't got no Disney Plus account, no how. Real quick, today's video is brought to you by the REDMAGIC Astra 2 gaming tablet. REDMAGIC specializes in technology that's catered towards the modern gamer, even if you're a good-for-nothing casual like me. In 2024, they let me try out their REDMAGIC 9 Pro gaming phone that I still use to this very day whenever I feel like playing Diner Dash or Vice City. But this time they sent me the REDMAGIC Astra 2 gaming tablet that's somehow just as cool. Up to over 500 gigabytes worth of storage, flat design, fire-looking LED cooling system, fast speed, no matter what time of gaming that you're into, this thing is low-key for you. Not only does it charge in under an hour, but the battery also could last up to 9 hours in use and 27 days on standby. I've never even heard that before, bro. How they make this shit? It has a gaming hub too, just like the cell phone. That's the perfect place to keep track of all your gaming and your stats. I added a Game Boy Advanced emulator on this one so that I could play my childhood favorites. Damn, I was up so late, Sonic went to sleep. What you looking for, bro? Do you know what it's like to play Chicken Little GBA at 3 a.m.? You shouldn't, bro. I should be the only person to have ever said that sentence. Get you a REDMAGIC Astra 2 today and get to gaming the right way. My cat mad as hell she can't play. Get over it, Jocelyn. This ain't your daddy tablet. If you're looking to step up your gaming, I definitely recommend copying the REDMAGIC Astra 2 gaming tablet using my link in the description or the pinned comment. Do the Bartman is a pretty traditional dance track that gives you directions on exactly how to do the dance. Even though there is no way anybody's gonna be doing this in the club, my nigga, that is DOA.
So move your body if you got the notion. Front to back in a rock-like motion.
Bart has to do a little boring school performance and is placed all the way in the back, but he hijacks the thing and starts rapping. Every suburban principal's nightmare. In the song itself, he talks about being grounded for putting mothballs in Marge's beef stew, which was a line that Mike and Brian wrote that the show's writers apparently didn't like, but they never took it out, so whatever. Being annoyed by Lisa playing that damn saxophone, and finding enjoyment in music while on lockdown. Then at the end, you see that it was all a dream. Look what this nigga be dreaming about. Deep Deep Trouble is a bit more narrative focused. Not to say that Do the Bartman doesn't tell a story of any kind, but if you fluff this one out a bit, it kinda could have been an episode. Homer wakes Bart up one morning and tells him to mow the lawn before they go to a boat show. Bart hits a sprinkler by accident and Homer gets so mad that he just says he can't go. They leave Bart home alone. This nigga throws the craziest fucking party, my nigga, goddamn. And when the family comes home, he's in deep, deep trouble.
Oh, that's why they call it that.
His punishment? To go get a fucking haircut. I'm gonna be honest here, Do the Bartman is probably the better song sonically. The beat and the classic Mike Jack backing vocals are truly hard to top. But quiet as kept, Deep Deep Trouble is unironically Bart's best rapping. Editor's note. It's probably because it was written by fucking DJ Jazzy Jeff. First of all, for both songs, they knew where to take inspo from. This is a silly little white boy cartoon character. This nigga could never be a hood booger. Not believably, nigga, shut up. His flow on Deep Deep Trouble is a lot less fuck the police and a lot more rapper's delight. Rap was going in a different direction at this time, and they knew that it'd be cringe as all hell if Bart followed them niggas. As far as his rapping being better than on the other track, you can honestly hear it in how he introduces himself. In Do the Bartman, his introductory line is definitely fine, but it's kinda standard.
I'm the kid that made the link with C and R. Last name Simpson, first name Bart.
But comparatively, in Deep Deep Trouble, this little nigga might as well be Rakim.
That's Bart with an art and a capital B, then Simp plus S-O-N. That's me.
It's funny hearing Nancy Cartwright seamlessly and believably rap these bars. Then fast forward 15 years, when she had to channel her inner Sue Surf, she dropped the ball crazy. Very bold of me to name drop Sue Surf, as if anyone clicking on a Simpsons video would know who that is.
Don't critique my technique. I'm no geek. I make the principal nervous. My friends can confirm this. I'll bust your spit wide in your epidermis.
Deep Deep Trouble does sonically do a lot of things that I really like. For starters, you can't really hear this in the music video version, but on the album cut, they actually sample some clips from Bart the Genius, the second episode of the cartoon, at the top of the song.
Well, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. Well, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't.
I don't care what that stupid test says, Bart. You're a dimwit. I don't care what that stupid test says, Bart. Bart, you're a dimwit.
The standout part to me is when the family comes home and finds Bart by himself after the entire party runs out and leaves. In order to really emphasize that feeling of loneliness and dread, they like drop the beat entirely, so you just really feel that silence. It's great storytelling. Since this is on YouTube and they copyright strike a nigga for breathing weird nowadays, I will be reciting this part to illustrate my point. The kids disappear and I'm all alone. Everything's silent except for my moan and the low bluesy tone of a saxophone. They look at me and then they go into a huddle,
get the sinking sensation I'm in deep, deep trouble.
Bro, that sucked doing that, nigga. What the fuck? I ain't never talking about music again. You kidding me? As a kid, while everyone was playing 50 Cent Bulletproof, I was listening to Simpsons DVD commentaries and playing Bulletproof right after. Sometimes at the same time, I'm really the last real nigga left. The Deep Deep Trouble one ain't worth a motherfuck, cuz it's just Matt and the director mumbling, oh, that's a good shot, and I cut my beard last year. That's not even some kind of like oddly specifically worded joke. These niggas sound like they hung over.
I did have a haircut like that when I was 5. You know, one time I went into a barber shop during the hippie years, and I had very long hair, and the barber offered me $5 if he could cut my hair.
Amen. Yep.
Do the Bartman though, I remember that commentary a lot as a kid. And there's a lot of interesting nuggets of production information throughout it. Stick around with me as I give you the Spark Notes version. The music video, believe it or not, was directed by a guy named Brad Bird, who animation fans can't believe that I just introed as a guy named. He's known for directing movies like Iron Giant, Ratatouille, and both Incredibles. Tomorrowland too, if you like movies that people only watch on airplanes. It was animated in only 2 weeks at a studio in Budapest, Hungary, with a team that did not speak English and only exposure to these characters were their looser, less standardized models from the Tracy Ullman cartoons.
We storyboarded this in only 2 days and then got on a plane and had to go to Hungary. And there was this great studio that in Hungary, Varga Studios, that did it. They all thought that it was going to be done as simply as the original Tracy Ullman 1 minutes because they didn't have the TV show over there. And then I told them, no, it's full animation and there are no repeated scenes, and they went into deep shock. We did the show mostly in about 2 weeks, and there was no margin for error because they didn't have pencil testing. We didn't have time for pencil testing machines. They really killed themselves to do this. When we told them there were all going to be all these characters that all had to be hand painted and ready in time for this release, they were not familiar with the characters. They didn't speak the language. So it was literally like the most impossibly hard thing I've ever done, and Vargas Studios deserves a ton of credit for pulling it off.
When the cartoon was finished, it was transmitted all around the world at the same time, and the rest is hip-hop history. Alright, hip-hop history is a little excessive, I'll calm down. The look of this thing, especially when you factor in the fact that it was super rushed and animated by a team unfamiliar with this world, is so fucking depressive. Like, they should have threw Brad Bird in that studio a damn parade. Full animation, it's expressive, it's loose, it's full of so much bounce and character. It incorporates Simpson-specific techniques like the little twisty mouth Bart. It has every character from the show at that time drawn more on model than they are in the show sometimes. So many shots of just moving through environments, showing every character all timed perfectly to the music. Not a frame of this thing is wasted. Like, I don't think I'll ever truly get over how impressive this is. Oh, theme song clip. Deep Deep Trouble looks great too, just as expressive, but the timing is a lot snappier, but I think that has a lot to do with the beat. The stuff with Bart in the jail just kind of obscuring his head with this very simple shading until the final reveal at the end where you show his haircut. It's all really great, really well thought out. You can tell these niggas have more than 2 weeks. They even snuck in 2 Tracy Ullman shots that I noticed as a kid because I was a loser that got no hoes. Because I was like 10 and was too busy eating Waffle Crisp and watching Animaniacs. So, not too different from today, I guess. When I wrote the first draft of this video a few months ago, I remember thinking a lot about that Michael movie and Michael Jackson as a whole, and how, regardless how you feel about him personally, every rational person that wasn't a fetus when he died watching this would most likely agree that there will never be a single human being that will ever be this famous ever again. There are people who come close, but this nigga reached a level of fame that I genuinely think is impossible to hyperbolize. And you know, not even to the same degree, of course, but that's kinda how I feel about The Simpsons, at least for American TV cartoons. This is not me trying to argue Homer versus Goku, or Woody and Buzz, or Pikachu, or Shrek. Unless there have been monster immortalized successes since. This also isn't me trying to discredit Rugrats or SpongeBob or Powerpuff or Family Guy or South Park at all, but it's kind of hard to believe just how much this family took over the world in the early 90s. The merch, the award show appearances, the star on a Hollywood Walk of Fame, the bootleg merch.
Buy the bootleg.
I think we're in a place now where we're all in our little bubbles and worlds, right? It's so easy to think things like Smiling Friends or Rick and Morty, Hazbin Hotel, Digital Circus have achieved unthinkable levels of fame. But, and again, I say this with sincere honesty and not trying to downplay the success of anything, there are several people in my life who have no fucking idea what any of these things are. The homies that work at UPS have no idea who Pomni is. And I don't even think my family would believe me if I tried to explain Hazbin Hotel. But I can't say that about The Simpsons. Even if you haven't seen a single episode, you know which one Homer is. Words that the show has invented have been adopted into the dictionary. They got into an actual beef with the president where Marge and Barbara Bush literally exchanged written letters. The movie is the second highest grossing 2D animated film ever produced, despite coming out 18 years into the show's run. And the box office of that movie is literally worth 2 SpongeBob movies, even though it came out long past the show's prime and directly in the middle of both of those movies. Even these songs, bro, like, what do you mean Bartman went #1 in Australia, Norway, Ireland, New Zealand, and the UK? Y'all niggas ain't have Run DMC? Think about the fact that they collaborated with the most famous performer to ever live. Shit, he called them. Beyonce ain't doing that for SpongeBob or Gumball, nigga. She too busy on Wild Wild Wubsy. These characters, regardless how you feel about the show in its current state, when you stopped watching, or when you feel like they should have packed it up, are still loved, appreciated, cared for, parodied, analyzed, and adored. And that movie that came out 18 years into the show's run was 19 years ago from today. I think looking at something like Do the Bartman or Deep Deep Trouble with the totality of that fame in mind really adds an extra layer to how cool these are. They're products of their time in every way, shape, and form. Some people probably rolled their eyes when they came out, and in all honesty, if you strip away the novelty and nostalgia, they're probably pretty corny. But man, this is my type of carrying on right here. It's wild that a drawing will never see this level of fame again, but honestly, that's probably what makes it so special. Young boy better though.